Here again with Vodafone Warriors Development Manager Duane Mann. It's the end of day 4. You might notice that we're not at Bruce Pullman Park. We're here at Mount Smart Stadium. We've just had the New Zealand Secondary Schools Tournament Awards, and that screeching you can hear in the background, in case you're wondering, apparently it's recording to scare off seagulls.
You were telling me it was your female fan base.
It sounded like a seagull mating call. Probably the opposite effect that everyone thinks it's having. Anyway, we're here. We've just finished the awards. We've found our finalists for tomorrow, and Duane, finals, I guess the Premier final tomorrow, Southern Cross against Kelston. The development final will be between Tai Wananga and Onehunga High School. We had some really tight tussles in the semis today.
Yeah, as we thought would happen, you know, when we've said or alluded to that it was hard to pick a winner, and you were asking me to pick a winner on day 2. Come on, but you know, it's still hard to pick. So yeah, great semi-final football today.
First, the semi-final we saw was between Southern Cross and St Paul's. St Paul's probably the favourites. They've won this tournament 15 times now, and you know, they were hungry for another title, but came down to the final couple of minutes. It was 14-all. With a couple of minutes to spare, and looked like it was going to be golden point, and then right on full time Southern Cross got the winning try.
Yeah, and from 2 of the young players on the edge, they had Kakoi Toyu and Nitoa Kairao, so you know, both 16-year-old players, hard to handle, and you know, probably it was that mobility in the end, and and flair from Southern Cross that were able to sort of keep them in the front. St Paul's, on the other hand, you know, they gave away a few penalties early in the first half, and then also gave away a bit of possession. They did manage to scramble back off the back of AJ Murray playing out of a dummy half, managed to get burrow his way over the try line on 2 occasions. But yet again, you know, the Southern Cross team able to just promote the ball, use the ball, and I think, you know, tomorrow that's something that they may have just over Kelston.
That not only was the first time that, no, I think Southern Cross have made the semis before. Rod Rafi was telling me that.
He corrected you.
Way back in the day, they had made the semi-finals. This is the first time in the final though, so a big moment for the school. Quite often in a tournament like this, you see semi-finals are actually the best games of the tournament, and this certainly lived up to that kind of billing. The second semi-final, not so much. Kelston boys came out and really dominated from the start.
Fantastic first half from Kelston. They really went hard, and you know, mentioned yesterday in our chat that they had the ability to go the length of the field, and they did that surprisingly well. Well, not surprisingly, but Utah Ioka playing at lock forward, but just steamrolled up the middle of the field, canted some 45 metres to dot under the post. Later in the second half, you know, where after the platform was played, they still managed to move the ball on one occasion. They would have passed the ball 16 odd times, late offloads for them to burrow over the post again. So a really good performance. Westlake should be proud though. You know, they're real gutsy effort. Finay and Issy, what a player. You know, just he's playing out of position. He's playing at standoff, but he touched the ball numerous times. Was a willing runner. Really ran himself into the ground, trying to chase the game late for them. But you know, Zay Wallace at halfback again, a brave effort. He picked up a bit of a knock towards the back end of the second half, and that sort of kept him at bay. But you know, they just weren't able to cross the line and make and put enough sort of pressure on Kelston. That may be Kelston's strength, is to play a bit of a power game, use their size, and against Southern Cross tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to feel really sorry for the Westlake boys. The entire first half, it seemed, they just made a number of mistakes that really cost them and never really allowed them to get into the game at all.
Yeah, that's right, and that's you know, I guess getting to the semi-final was being kind of the keeping the errors low, but you know, they probably only completed 2 sets in the first half, and on one of those completions they went over to score. So yeah, just probably, you know, where the game got away from them. I think it was 22-4 at half time. So, you know, always having to chase that game.
So that leaves us with Kelston and Southern Cross in tomorrow's final. And the other grade, the development grade, Onehunga High School kind of upset Trident. Trident were the top of the other pool in the development grade, but Onehunga High School wins have been hard for them to come by at this tournament over the years, but this is one that they can treasure.
Yeah, certainly, real gutsy performance from Onehunga. Not a squad that don't have the biggest of players, but two centres that are hard running. They try to beat their man on the outside, sometimes a little bit guilty of trying that too much and then running themselves over the sideline or having to throw a speculated pass back inside. One of their best players, Michael Lamuffa, so whether he plays lock forward, whether he's got the ability to play fullback as well, but he's a handful. He may be their go-to person for tomorrow.
Right, and they're up against Taiwananga. Those two teams actually met in pool play earlier in the week with Taiwananga getting ahead there 20-16, so another really tight final in the prospect there.
Yeah, Taiwananga, I really do like this school and what they've put on the paddock. Sheldon Rogers, their hooker. There's a couple of hookers here that really play. No, I like to keep an eye on the hookers myself. And,
yes.
But he's in that top bunch, and he probably doesn't have the speed of some of the other hookers, but he's very good with his service and his delivery. Has a great sort of presence around the middle of the ruck, holding his defensive shape, commanding sort of that respect there. So he's a real tidy player. He will be one person that can help push Taiwananga around. Alblett's Tafar at the back, whether he plays fullback or wing, he's another handy player as well. So expect a strong effort from Taiwananga tomorrow in the final. Hard to pick that one, but if I had to, I think Taiwananga may just have a bit of class that it leads out over Onehunga.
Okay, well, as I say, we've just finished here with the awards, and no surprise, Southern Cross cleaned up a couple of the major ones. The coach of the tournament, Rod Ratu, very experienced coach at a lot of levels. He coached the county's Manukau Stingrays to the national premiership last year, and he also coached the national secondary schools team last year and also the New Zealand 18. So very experienced coach, done a great job with Southern Cross this year, and player of the tournament, one of your favourite players.
Player of the tournament, yeah, it was the Warriors MVP of the tournament. Yeah. Southern Cross player Kakoi Togiu is one of the brothers. His brother Siave playing at centre, but yeah, Kakoi he's had a real great tournament. I know they still have the final to play tomorrow, but he has been busy. He's played a little bit further out on the flank at centre, at wing. He can play as he did today, second row. And so he's got this. He's tall. He's got a long stride. He's got a very good fin, and now he's finding the habit of trying to find him the try line.
A couple of the other highlights amongst the awards: the Cultural Salute, always a popular award, was taken out by Trident High School, and they certainly wowed the crowd with a performance tonight. Yeah, you impressed with that?
Oh, very, very. They're an impressive school, and they. Tamati Morrison, their skipper, plays block forward. Good young man. They've got a couple of other prop forwards there. This has been a real. So I was talking to them. They've really learned a lot from being at this tournament. Just been able to measure themselves up at game after game against not just schools from Auckland, but schools from across the other part of the country, from around the country as well. So yeah, good school and great to see them celebrated. Well recognised also with picking up the cultural.
And more than just a game award, it's a team award, and fittingly it was given to Aranui High School, their last tournament before the school closes later this year, and we were talking about Aranui being the only school from outside of Auckland that's ever won this tournament, so a proud moment for them, a sad moment for them. We'll miss them. Yeah,
talking to their coach Tiwi Nauro, yeah, they're a tight group, and Jobi Takaiumbao, Sydney Novalu, so a couple of players there. Zion Kamana. He's a player that probably typifies Aranui's efforts. He just never gives up. So he's not the heaviest of guys, the bulkiest of guys. He's not the quickest of guys, but just really has a dig. Each time I see him play, it's a pleasure to watch Zion play. So well done to Aranui.
Okay, Duane, I've tried to get a winner out of you all week, and you've kind of staved me off this far. We're down to the last two now. You've got to be able to give me your best tip.
Oh look, yeah, seeing how much it means to both schools. When there's some disappointing things in the regular season for Kelston this year. So after the final hooter of the Westlake semi-final, they were just elated, and you could sense that they were straight away thinking about the final. And we've just wrapped up the awards, and they were the first school to head out the door once the awards finished. So trust me, their mind is on the task. Southern Cross, when they finished their game, well, you know, they erupted too, and on the sideline, they were over the moon. Spoke about Rod Rucker, the coach. He is so reserved, so laid back. You know, doesn't pace it up and down the sideline. Yet his players showed a lot of emotion today. So you know, the schools, they've got some different strengths for each of the schools. I'm a Kelston old boy, so I'm going to go Kelston. If I've answered your question.
Well, I'm no expert, but I think I tend to go Kelston as well, just because they've been in the final. This is a chance for them to win their third title in 4 years, and that's pretty significant. I think that kind of experience in the final will stand the team in good stead when they have to face Southern Cross tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you know, Kelston, and again, with Utah Elka, his younger brother at half, Utah playing at loose forward, plays through the middle, a very, very smart hooker in Johnny Falalua Maleo. Out on the edge for Kelston Boys, what I really liked today was the effort from their back three, the fullback and the two wingers, especially Carlos Henry. Their ability to handle any kicks and cart the ball back, their effort on early play the balls 1, 2 and 3, they were allowing Kelston to get, and allow Kelston's prop forwards to get on the front foot. They've got a bit of strike power in the second row with Elijah Suifua, big, tall, awkward, hard to tackle. So again, it's that power game from them. They had a smart kick in today. Wyatt Rangi, good half. He's a good balance with his other half partner. But you know, it's no nothing's in the bag. The game is it's going to be a real ding-dong battle. Southern Cross, on the other hand, they also have a smart hooker in Sam Lohingawa. In fact, the two hookers are very, very similar. They will run plenty of running from there. But their strength is their ability to sort of pass the ball, get the ball to their edge. They've got speed to burn. Rudy Sefa, tall second rower, whether he plays centre or second row, he will cause some problems out on the edge.
Duane, it's been a pleasure, and look forward to joining you again tomorrow after the final, and we can see if our predictions were correct.
All right, and well, since we're both picking the same school,
we could end up both.
We're both there.
Thanks again. See you then.
Okay, bye.